I created this new workbook in Excel using an Excel template, which we'll investigate more about in an upcoming video. Right now I'm ready to save the file so that I won't lose my work if my computer crashes or if the power goes out. To do this, I'm going to click File and then Save. Excel defaults to saving to a cloud location such as a SkyDrive or SharePoint location, and this option is selected by default. However, I can save to my local computer by clicking Computer and then either select a folder from the recent folder list or click Browse to find a location to save the file to. I like to save all my worksheets into a single location, so I'm going to click the recent folder that I've used, the Worksheets folder. I need to give my file a name. Right now it's inherited the name that the template had, but I don't want to call it Simple To-Do List, so I'm just going to call it To-Do List. So I've just typed in a new name, and I'm going to click Save to save the file to this location. Now that my file is saved, saving it as I go along is going to be a lot easier. For example, let's consider that I've now started this Write Blog Plan task and I'm already a little bit of the way through it. So I'm going to click In Progress and I'm going to note that I'm already 25% of the way through it. So I have made some changes to this workbook. To save it, I can go through the same process as I used before, File and then Save to save it. And now the workbook is saved. But there's also a shortcut that you can use. You can click this icon here. It's the Save button. It will save the worksheet without having to go back to Backstage View. But you'll also see that there's a shortcut here, Control and S. Now, I don't recommend that you try to learn lots of shortcut keys. I think it just adds a lot of unnecessary pressure to you when you're trying to start out with a new program. However, that said, Control+S is one that you might want to remember. It makes saving a file very quick and easy, so you're more likely to do it, and that will save you from losing hours of work in the case of a computer crash or a power failure. There are some other options for saving a file, so let's make another quick change to this workbook. For example, the sketch designs are now a little bit higher of a priority, so I'll make a change here. If I go to close the file by choosing File and then Close, Excel has noted that I've made some changes to this workbook that have not yet been saved. It's prompting me to save the changes. If I want to save the changes, which is generally what I'd want to do, I would click Save to save them. If I want to close the workbook but without saving the changes, I would click Don't Save. I wouldn't do this very often at all, as selecting this will mean that I'll lose the unsaved changes. If I got here by mistake, or if I want to go back to working on my workbook, I would just click Cancel. Another way I can save my workbook is to choose File and then Save As. I would use this option if I want to save the file but perhaps to a different location or with a different file name. If I choose Save As, you can see that I have the same options here that I had when I first saved the file. So I could choose a different location and even a different file name if desired. For now, I'm just going to save the file back to the Worksheets folder, but I'm going to give it a different name because I want to share this to-do list later with someone else because I think that they could use it. So I'm going to call it Sam's to-do list because Sam is the person I'm going to share and give it to. So I've typed a name and I'm going to click Save. Now the file is saved again in the same location but with a different name. Now I'm finished working on Sam's version, so I'm just going to close it. If I want to work on mine, I'd go back and open my version and continue to work with it.